Hiya lovelies, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Linz. So I am going to be doing just a savoury type mince beef today, and I'm going to be using the slow cooker. Now I know that you could do this and you could have it ready in around half an hour or so, but for me the flavours when they've been kind of left cooking for a lot longer, they're just a little bit better. And I am going to be popping in some dumplings as well towards the end. So I'm going to bring you down now and show you just how I get started. So here I just have a frying pan with some oil heating up in it, and I have one medium onion. Now the reason I've said this before, if you've watched some, well, I haven't done too many yet, but some of my other sort of slow cooking videos, is when you fry off your onion first, it can stop you getting that sometimes when all your slow cooker meals taste maybe the same, or they have like, I don't know how to describe it, like a bit of a metally sort of taste. And yeah, if you watched my last one, you will know that I have pulled out my very old slow cooker, which was my first ever one that I completely forgot I had. So we're going to be giving this a go today and see where it goes. So in with this, I am going to be adding, not just yet, I want to get them onions off a little bit. This is 450 grams of minced beef, and then I'm just going to be adding a few wee bits of seasonings and stuff, which we'll get to when we get there. So I am just going to leave them there just to kind of go a little bit more, how would you put it, translucent, I suppose. And yeah, I'll bring you back when I'm adding in the mince. Them onions now are done to just a sort of nice consistency. So I'm going to be adding in my ground beef. Just separate that out a little bit. Now, just on top of this now, I am going to be just adding a sprinkle, generous sprinkle of salt. You can add that, you can leave that out if you want to. Then I have some ground black pepper. Again, seasonings are to your taste. I am going to be adding in a good sprinkle of mixed herbs as well. And also some parsley. I have fresh, but I'm just trying to use up this container so I can refill it. Mix it all together. Now, in with this, I am going to be putting about 2 cups worth. I kind of half measured it out. And this is it here. This is just your kind of bog standard basic mix of, what is it? It's mixed veg, that's what it is. And in with this today, lovelies, in this jug here, I have 1 beef oxo cube, and then I have some gravy granules, whichever you want and whatever consistency you like. So I am just going to add in now 500 mils of water to this, and I'll come back when we're putting everything back together, shall we say. Right, lovelies, my beef is about as cooked as I want it to be now. There's no pink really, so to speak, left in that, but it's not kind of brown and charred. But just a little, let me bring this back up, just a little kind of, I suppose, money saving thing with this. Get to know your electric cooker. I prefer gas, but that's just not available to us here without having to have bottles. So I know that if I turn off sort of my ring there around 5 minutes or so before the end of cooking time, that the residual heat that's left coming up out of that will finish off the cooking. So it is a good idea to get to know your hob, really. Sorry, I'm just babbling now, aren't I? But anyway, we're going to get the slow cooker prepared. So I'm going to come down, Tea's, you know, not necessary, but why not? I had the kettle boiled. This is my gravy mix. Now, I've made this quite thick because what you've got to take into account is you're going to have some moisture and things come out of them wee bits of vegetables and so on. So I am just pouring that into the slow cooker. I must say, silicone spatulas are amazing. Think of the amount, well, it wouldn't be that much really, but the amount that would have gone down the drain before that. So that there is the gravy in. Then I am going to add in that frozen mixed veg. Just like that. Give it a mix. And then I am going to add in, now I am going to say, lovelies, the reason I have this set up like this is purely for filming. And I know that I've got, you know, my hob's not going to be accidentally turned on by mistake or, you know, little fingers or things like that. But I would suggest maybe not doing this on top of your cooker hob if it's on, you know. Or if some of you might have like the switch on the wall, you could turn it off now and then that would be even better again. So that there, just going to give everything a good mix together. Now I might be tempted, I have done in the past, to put in little baby sort of salad potatoes. And the reason I like using them is because they don't go mushy if it's sort of slow cooked. I don't know if I have any water left in that, because that is, no, a little bit thick. Bear with me a sec. Yeah, it's a little bit too thick. I might have just overdone it a little bit with the fake gravy, shall we say. Now, it smells amazing as it is. I am going to put mine on to, let's see now. I have off, high, low and medium. Can we see that on there? So I am going to put mine on to, like normal, if you've been here a while, turn it on. I'm going to put mine onto medium, and I'm just going to let that sit there now for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours. I'm not sure what time it is. Yeah. So whenever then, about an hour or so before I'm done, we're going to add the dumplings. But I'm going to move these over now, and I'm just going to show you how to make up some really quick dumplings. And then we will come back when they're ready to go in. Now, lovelies, I am going to get on with doing just a small batch of dumplings now. So I am using this here, Tora. This is the beef one. You can get this in vegetarian or vegetable or any of that. Now, I have just used 25 grams of that mix, which is them kind of little bits there. And in here, I have 50 grams of self-raising flour. And I am just adding a pinch of salt. Mix that around a little bit. Now this is the bit where, excuse us, this is the bit where you kind of have to eyeball it, so to speak. So I am going to first off add in 1 tablespoon. This is just cold water, and we're going to give that a bit of a mix around, because you don't want these too soggy, shall we say. Hear that in the background. Mr. Man just has his bone, so can't do anything about that. That's life. And yeah, but we are going to have to get in there with the hands at some stage, but this is just to keep it a little bit more clean. We're going to go in with 1 more. You can add things like, if you were doing, say, a lamb dish, you can add some mint in with this. That's really nice. I've done that loads of times. You could add in some parsley or, you know, you name it, you add in what you like. Don't be afraid to experiment, because I think that's where a lot of us kind of get to the point where we're, you know, food starts to get boring, and you can be afraid, especially when you're on a budget as well. It's just, it depends. If you like something, and just kind of think, does it go with what you're making? Let's see. Just going to add a tiny little bit more. So just under a tablespoon there. Again, this is just going to depend. It really is one of them things you eyeball. Like, I think the packet mix, if you were making up a big mix of this, is like 5 tablespoons or something along them lines. But again, it depends. So, go in first. Like that. It might still need a little bit more water. Let's see. The heat from your hands as well is basically going to melt that suet a little bit. So this doesn't look like very much, but it's enough just for 2 people. So, and I'm going to get 4 kind of smallish ones out of this, and they do expand a little bit when they're cooking. Half. That would normally be the size of some people's dumplings, but yeah. I don't know about where yous are, but a Tora for us has got very, very expensive here in Ireland. And yeah, they don't have to be perfectly full. Oh. And he looks up at me and he's like, sorry, Mum. But they don't have to be perfectly formed, because it adds to the character if they kind of break up a little bit. Wow, he's a noisy bugger today, isn't he? Thank you. That one could possibly do with just a bit more. I have seen a recipe for butter dumplings, and I might attempt them at some stage, I think, because they sound nice. So that's basically all of them done there, and then they'll be added into the savoury mince. So I'll bring you back when I'm doing that. Now, lovelies, this has been on for about 4 hours now, and I'm delighted to say that my very old first slow cooker is working amazingly. Smells fab. So basically what I'm going to do is, you've just seen me there put together the dumplings, and I am just going to pop them, smallest dumplings in the world, but yeah, just going to pop them on top of that. Now I want to add, I'm going to add some cling film. Oh, cling film, no I'm not. I'm going to add some kitchen foil, because I know that my lid isn't particularly tight fitting on this pot. So put that like that. Oh, forgot to say, I am turning that up now to high. And that will, just like that, just so that it's not letting any more of that steam out. And I am going to leave that now for about an hour on high, and then I'll come back and show you the finished result. Now, it's been about an hour and a half since I put the dumplings in, because I was doing other stuff. So we're going to come down and have a look and dish up now. The smell in the house is amazing. Oh, there we go. Fabulous. So them dumplings didn't get as big as I expected, but they're fine. I'll just turn that off as well. So basically, there's going to be a lot of this mixture left, which I'm going to leave to cool down completely, and then I will put it into Ziploc bags and things like that, and then that'll be it. So I can either make that into maybe a shepherd's or cottage pie, or, you know, just have it with some minced beef and onion. Minced beef and onion, it is minced beef. I can have it with some mashed potato or something like that. If you've seen my last video, when it comes to this sort of time of the evening, I just gibberish. So that, lovelies, is savoury mince and dumplings. Now, I just want to say, still at it with that bone. I just want to say a major thank you for all your support and for watching and just being here and being you. So take care, and I shall see you very soon in the next one. Bye for now.